You would never guess it. Today's storyline is truly bizarre and fascinating. No, on night, I really couldn't hold on. I chose to run away at that moment, Grandma. Well done, Ao Yang Ming. That's truly incredible. There really isn't a job you can't excel at. It's admirable. Only in suitable industries, like this twin sister, she used to work for a big finance firm, but her projects were a disaster. For the first time, she was picking strawberry seedlings with the boss and hilariously taught him a lesson. She randomly picked a seedling, and the boss with a snooty look said it's important to choose the right seedlings. But she put on a performance, loudly debating with the boss that the seedlings were too thin to grow properly. Even worse, the roots were sparse and short, and the water supply was like a desert, leading to a fruit yield that was abysmally low. The boss was about to argue back, but stepped right into a mud puddle and noticed she was already wearing rain boots. That was her second lesson to him, but to save face, the boss insisted on driving her home, but the car stalled halfway up a hill. No matter how she tried, the car wouldn't budge. Eventually, she helplessly said, "Let's get out of here." No doubt about it, she drove like a pro, and the boss couldn't help but wonder how someone who can't ride a bike is so good at driving a truck. Riding a bike is all about body learning, and trial and error is essential. No surprise that academically, she's always at the top. However, her sister was just the opposite. After graduation, she could only find odd jobs in the village, no legitimate work at all. But after stepping in for her sister at the big company, although still isolated, she fell into her boss trap. She was assigned an impossible task, convincing an owner to sell their property. Yet, unlike her colleagues who couldn't even meet the owner, she became a guest at their table. The owner made it clear they just hated the company, and giving up was not an option for her. After all, her experiences in the village had given her skin thicker than a rhinoceros. So, for the next few days, she practically camped out there and discovered a hidden secret. The owner surprisingly had a passion for attending book clubs. What a twist. When she saw the book titled The Sea of Double Moons, she froze, as the lost essence struck a chord. That fight made her reminisce about her sprinting days. It felt like a blast from the past. Tears flowed uncontrollably, and the other person deeply moved by this was none other than the homeowner himself. Their eye contact happened after both had dried their tears. The sister fled in panic while the owner thought she was stalking. To avoid any legal troubles, she had to seek help from her old classmate, the top lawyer La Heyoju. Back when Heyoju caught her as the stand-in sister, she shamelessly denied it and forced her classmates to apologize. Her skin really was thicker than expected, but when she saw the owner's photo, she was genuinely shocked. The owner was not only the author of The Sea of Double Moons, but had also set up a scholarship in her name, and Heyoju was a recipient. But upon learning this, the younger sister's expression turned mischievous. She likely had a plan brewing. However, Heyoju was never socially adept, and after over 10 years, her sudden visit to thank them felt a bit strange. So, the next day, she brought a fish tank to apologize for her stalking yesterday. Also, she wanted to build a closer relationship, but the outcome was always disappointing. Coincidentally, through the owner's call, she overheard that the cleaner had unexpectedly called in sick, resulting in the upstairs area still being in a state of disarray. She quickly headed upstairs and found herself cleaning in the owner's room. By the time she reached the last step, the owner thought she was overthinking things as she hadn't finished cleaning. In fact, the sister wasn't overthinking, she just wanted to clear things up, but the owner noted her anxious behavior. Her nervousness was apparent, and the owner's anger melted away. After she hastily said, "Don't bother me again," she walked away. Just as the sister finished eating, she realized she forgot to return the upstairs key. With no choice, she backtracked a bit. Luckily, a classmate was headed in the same direction, so she hopped a ride. This classmate was a real go-getter. As soon as she realized the destination was an old family restaurant, she pounced on the chance to network. After all, her clients were restaurants. Meanwhile, the sister was ready to work her charm by pretending it was her aunt's place. Her classmate's eyes immediately lit up, and the very next day she made a direct call to her sister. She insisted on going to the owner's restaurant for sponsorship, even if the sister claimed her aunt disliked strangers. The classmate was adamant about going, saying that as old friends, they ought to secure that sponsorship. So, without thinking twice, the sister hopped in a cab and headed over. In the end, she successfully intercepted her classmate before entering, though the girl was clearly not ready to give up. Just as they were grappling, the owner suddenly opened the back door, making it extremely awkward, like a yoga class gone wrong. If you enjoyed this humorous version, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.